Alright, today I'm going to be doing beef tacos or carne asada with a really good guacamole. Alright, so for the beef, I'm going to use, you can use a lot of different cuts of beef. This is flat iron steak. You could use hanger steak, skirt steak, just anything that's kind of thin like this and it has a lot of fiber in it because you want kind of tough cuts of beef. And then I'm going to use cilantro for the marinade, and then garlic, lime, tomatoes, soy sauce, cumin, oregano, and then flour tortillas. So for your marinade, this is a bunch of cilantro, and I just chopped it up real fine. I'm just gonna dump it in the bag. So now, pop in your cumin, good amount of it. Oh no, this is oregano. Whoops. I'll do a good amount of both your cumin and your oregano. So I added in a little bit of salt, pepper, and cumin. So just remember to do that. And then for the lime, I like to press it down like this. Give it a little indent and then do a big chop. And then I'll get out my lime squeezer. You could also just do this by hand, but I think a lime squeezer gives you a lot more juice and it's way easier. And then I'm just gonna do the juice of one full lime. I'm just gonna add a little bit of lime zest because I love the flavor of it. So then I'm gonna add a little bit of avocado oil. So I don't really do measurements, but that was about maybe a cup to a cup and a half of avocado oil, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of soy sauce, not too much. So this is my piece of steak that I'm using. It's called a flat iron steak. You could use hanger steak, skirt steak, and like top sirloin steak. But anything with, as you can see, you can kind of see like there's a little gristle, like there's little lines, and you want to, those are your grain, and you want to cut against that because if I don't cut against the grain here, this would be a super tough piece of meat. But as long as I cut, so we're gonna cut like this, and it'll shorten the grain and make it super tender. So just make sure you're cutting against the grain. And then you just kind of curl it up and then pop it into your plastic bag. Like so. All right, good thing I didn't forget this. Pop in around about 2 or 3 cloves of garlic, and you definitely want to crush this because it'll give it that extra little bit of spice. So I got my marinade all mixed up and good and delicious, and then you're just gonna pop it in the fridge as long as you possibly can. I'm gonna do it about 30 minutes. You could do it 4 hours or like 3 days, you know. So I popped in about 2 avocados, and then I'm gonna pop in the zest and the juice of 1, maybe 2 limes. I'm gonna see how it tastes. So I'm gonna pop in a little bit of pepper. So pepper, pepper, pepper. Then I'm gonna pop in some kosher salt. And you can do both of those to taste. Like you don't have to put in a certain amount or anything. Just kind of pop it in, mix it around, see how it tastes. Then I'm also gonna pop in cumin. A lot of cumin because it tastes really good. And oregano. All right, so I'm gonna pop in 2 cloves of garlic. And then I'm gonna mix that. So I'm putting my cast iron on medium-high heat. So I got my marinated steak here, and I'm just gonna need to get it out of the bag, which is a lot harder than it looks. And then make sure to drain it out. You don't want all that oil on it. And then just pop it into the pan. All right, so remember, like I said, this is one of the most important parts about it. So you see, the grain is running this way. You can't really see it as well on camera, but there's a grain, so you cut like this. Because I'm gonna do tacos, I'm just gonna cut them all like this, one more time. just to shorten up the muscle fibers even more. So I'm gonna pop on just a tad bit of guac, like that. Spread it around. That's good. Then I'm going to pop on my little bits of meat. So now that I got my tomato all chopped up, I'm just going to top it on there like that. And then that's my beautiful little steak taco. So that's how to make really good carne asada tacos and some really great guac. Make sure to like and subscribe.